Christas, Cremvase Azantes. Welcome, video lovers. Welcome to Tech Nerd 1.0. Fellow humans, great topic today. I was thinking about this the other day, and I thought this would hit home for a lot of us. What I'd like to talk to you about today is the best, or at least in my opinion anyways, the best do-it-all firearms for survival purposes, but that won't break the bank. So whether you're prepping for the unknown, gearing up for homestead defense, or just looking for some solid firearm options that can handle multiple roles, we here at Tech Nerd got you covered. And the best part, every firearm on this list is under 400 quatlus.
Wow.
That's right. That's right. So, not going to waste any time. Let's go ahead and jump in. So, Chapter 1. First option is the Mossberg Maverick 88 in 12 gauge. Right now, I have, this is actually my Mossberg 590. It will have to represent because I don't have a Maverick 88, but I assure you, these are a great option. The Mossberg Maverick 88, it's budget friendly. It's a twin of the famous Mossberg 500. Again, this is the 590 that I'm showing you here. Pump action 12 gauge shotgun, and it can do just about everything. We've talked a lot about shotguns before on this channel. Home defense, check. They've got you covered. Hunting small or large game, again, check. They've got you covered. Even some tactical options and applications, yeah, you bet they've got you covered. So why is it great? Well, first off, compatible with most Mossberg 500 barrels, so you can swap for hunting or slug barrels as needed, whatever you're looking for. It's extremely reliable and very simple to maintain, and that's important in survival or prepping scenarios. And lastly, it can fire everything from bird shots to slugs, making it, again, a perfect do-it-all survival weapon. All right, so again, that is the Mossberg Maverick 88. You can get these just about anywhere, any big box store, anywhere, and you're going to be looking at roughly probably 250 to 300 quatlus, somewhere in that range. And as always, wait for a sale. July 4th is probably the next big one that's going to be coming up. That one will have some really good sales for you. Keep that in mind. And then, of course, in the wintertime, we have Black Friday. All right, next coming up. All right, fellow humans, Chapter 2, and we're going to be looking at the Ruger American Ranch. Now, I don't have an example of that one, so I don't have anything here. I am highly considering the 5.56, and that's one of the ones I'm going to suggest here. The Ruger American Ranch rifle in 5.56 or possibly 300 Blackout. You can get these used for anywhere from 350 to 400 quatlus, and that's an important option. I know a lot of people don't like to look at used guns, but there has been a recent change. The Ruger American Ranch, they now have a version 2 of that rifle out. So the version 1s, the originals, are really, really out there, and they're really cheap. You can find them at a lot of online retailers for a big sale. A lot of shops, a lot of pawn shops and such like that are going to have these at a rock bottom sale because a lot of people just don't want them. But we're looking at the Ruger American Ranch. Again, this is in 5.56 or 300 Blackout. This is a lightweight, compact design. It feeds from AR-15 magazines, makes it absolutely perfect for both hunting and defense. Now, why is this great? Well, first off, the 5.56 version can use cheap and widely available AR mags. AR mags are everywhere. They're very prolific. They're cheap also. You can get them at just about any big box store. Short and handy. These are short rifles. They're pretty much almost carbine length. Perfect for carrying around in a bug out situation. Now, again, I know a lot of people have concerns about getting used equipment. Make sure you look at it If you have a gunsmith accessible, have him take a look at it. But really, most of the time, I'm going to tell you these things are going to be probably not fired that much. Now, 300 Blackout, I hesitate a little bit to name that as a survival weapon because those rounds can be a little hard to find sometimes in a survival situation. They're not the best. So I would concentrate more on 5.56. However, 300 Blackout is an increasingly good option. It's becoming far, far more popular in the United States. You can find it a lot more. Plus, if you're a reloader, it is pretty simple to make 300 Blackout brass from 5.56 brass, and 300 Blackout pretty much just takes 308 reloading bullets. So whether you're going to use supersonic or subsonic, if you already reload and you reload for a 308, you can find one of those. So again, it is a good option. The 300 Blackout is an increasingly better option. All right, folks, chapter 3. And again, this is another one that I don't have a copy of, so I'll put up a picture of this. And this is the High Point 995 carbine. Again, now that's a popular one. It's a lot of people talk crap about high points, but believe it or not, the High Point carbine is a really good option. The 995 TS, it is just an absolute tank. If you're looking for something that's an affordable pistol caliber carbine for home defense or small game hunting, and best of all, survival, it really is an underrated choice. So what makes it so great? Well, first off, it's 9mm, easy to find, easy to stockpile. It's extremely reliable. It really is, despite the low price. And I know, again, a lot of people talk crap about high points. Now, we can talk some crap about the pistols and such, but as far as reliability goes, they really are pretty good. And the carbines, they really are pretty rock solid. Now, are they ugly? Yeah, they kind of are. They're kind of ugly. They are kind of heavy, but they are reliable and they have a lot of great features. They have built-in Picatinny rails for optics and accessories, and they're compact enough for bug out situations or what have you. And again, having a 9mm carbine is a really great option. And again, these can be found new for 300 to 350 quattle's. If you want to go used, sometimes you can get them even cheaper than that. Although I will tell you, it's not easy to find used 995. They tend to go pretty quick. People really do like these. So think about that one. Okay, moving on. Fellow humans, chapter 4. And this is going to be this might be a bit of a controversial one. I thought a lot about putting in the SKS in this category, but I think the days of 400 sub Quatlouv SKSs are pretty much long gone. Once in a while you can find one at a gun show or something like that, but those days are kind of over. So what I did end up choosing is the PSA, the Palmetto State Armory PA-15. Now, this is a budget-friendly semi-auto rifle. The PA-15 really is kind of an unbeatable choice. It's an AR-15 variant, offers incredible value for the money, making it one of the best, really, survival rifles that you can find under $400. Now, this one we're looking at here, this is actually my dissipator. And so this is a little something of an aside from what you would normally get. And this has the A2 stock on it. If you get just the standard PSA PA-15, it's most likely going to have an M4 stock and a carbine handle on it. So going to look a little bit different than that. Most likely will not have the removable carry handle, but those are the things that really make these great. So why is it great? Well, first off, widely available and affordable. You can find these things if you subscribe to Palmetto State Armory's email notifications. You're gonna get sales daily, sometimes twice a day. Sometimes it's a little too much, I'm telling you. But If you wait for sales, it's even better. And also, if you wait for blems, those can be even cheaper. And I'll tell you a little something else about PSA. If you buy a complete rifle from them, you do get hit with a special tax. However, if you buy the upper and the lower separately, you can get them for a little bit cheaper. So consider that as well. The lower has to go to an FFL. Keep that in mind, of course. We want to stay legal. The upper can be sent directly to you. Or if you don't want the trouble putting them together, which is really not a big deal, but if you don't want the trouble, you can pay a little bit extra and have the whole firearm sent to an FFL. If you're in an area that has a PSA store, all the better. You can go to one of those and just get one yourself. Otherwise, it's going to have to be mail order, and you'll have to pay the transfer fee. But even with that, you're still getting a huge deal. And if you can get a blem, you may even be able to get it under that tag price. These are generally available most of the time. I see them for 399 quatlus. Again, a really good sale, 4th of July or Black Friday, you're going to be able to get one of these at a really good price. So again, other great things about these, they use standard AR-15 magazines, which are very, very plentiful. You can get them anywhere, very easy to find. Chambered typically in 5.56. You can get these in other chamberings. For our purposes, for survival and prepping, I would stay with 5.56. Extremely common and inexpensive round. And if you're also supplying yourself with some of the other options on this list, you've already got magazine compatibility with your Ruger American. So the other thing, and this is really important, very easily repairable and customizable. There is a vast supply of aftermarket support for the AR-15, and pretty much anything you find out there is going to fit on one of these. Also, very easy to go on PSA or some other website, get a pack of standard repair parts. I would say get a pack of springs and maybe even a whole new lower kit as well. And you can have that sitting around, and that can be available for you in case anything goes down. I'll tell you, the spring kits, though, are really super cheap, and those are important to have lying around. Lastly is it's lightweight and modular. So these, AR-15s in general, until you start putting a lot of crap on them, which people do, but as long as you keep them fairly normalized, you can get them under. An M4 is going to be, maybe 7 pounds, 8 pounds once you get the optic and such on it. That's not too bad. So again, really, really great choice. Okay, let's move on. And next up we have, folks, fellow humans, this is chapter 5. This is number 5 for the 5 survival firearms that won't break the bank. And what we have here for do-all firearms, probably one of the best options out there. And this is a really new option that's out on the market, so I'm glad to add this to my list. This is the rugerrxm. I've had this on my channel several times before, but essentially we'll re-explain things. This is basically a Glock Gen 3 clone.
Clones?
But done by Ruger, and it pretty much has all the upgrades that you would want. Survival list wouldn't be complete without a reliable handgun. The rugerrxm is a fantastic budget 9mm pistol, brings tons of high-end features to the table. So why is this so great? Well, first off, let's talk about the Glock Gen 3 compatibility. Basically, this means is that any Gen 3 Glock part is going to be available for this one. You're going to be able to use it to upgrade, either upgrade or repair. And again, just like we were talking about with the AR-15 and with the PSA, I would probably get a pack of repair parts for this and just have it lying around, because it makes it very easy to repair in the field or such like that. The other thing about these that makes them so great is the upgrades that they have. First off, we'll talk about the modularity that the RXM has. It has that fire control unit, allows you to swap grip frames and customize the pistol to your needs. We've talked about that a lot before. This basically has again, it has the fire control unit in here, so you can pretty much just take out all the guts, put in a new frame when you need it, and then go about your day. So I would also recommend, it might even be a good idea to order a couple more of these frames. They're pretty cheap. I think Magpul has them for like 35 quatlus, maybe even have one or even two around, and in case something should happen to your frame, you've got some more repair parts. Optics ready slide cut. This is really huge, and it is right there, and that really future proofs yourself. If you want to add a red dot to this, you're going to be able to do that, and this slide cut makes it really easy to do that. Lastly, solid ergonomics and reliability. The frame that Magpul put together for this is really rock solid. It's amazing. Doesn't have the weird kind of Glock hold that people sometimes complain about. I'm okay with it, but there are complaints about that. Really is just a very nice firing pistol and something that you can get used to. So this is definitely a good choice. Now, these typically, you'll see them, the MSRP for these is like, I think $4.99 or something like that, but don't be fooled, because since these have came out, I have readily seen them on sale for sub 400 quattros. And a lot of people that respond to my videos that I have on these, they're telling me that they're getting these for like 365, 370 out the door. And I think that's pretty typical. So again, be alert for sales and look for deals. Okay, you know what, folks? I've got something else for you. I know we said we had 5, but we've got one more. We've got a number 6. We've got a bonus for you. Stay tuned. All right, fellow humans, this is our bonus content. You wanted it, you got it. You've got the Rossi 92. Throwing this in as something of a bonus, but these really, really are fantastic all-purpose firearms. Now, again, we've got a 400 quatlu max here, so this one might be a little hard, but again, I think if you look for deals, you'll be able to find one. For those who want a classic survival rifle, let's look at the Rossi 92 in 357 Magnum. This is a lever action rifle. It's compact, it's lightweight, and extremely versatile. You can see this one is pretty short. Now, this is the Heritage 92, but pretty much very similar. Now, it does look like what Rossi's doing is they're moving their 92s, they're moving them to the Heritage line, and I believe they're selling out the rest of the stock that they have of the Rossi 92s. So right now, this is a great time to get a bargain on one of these. The other thing you can do if you're looking to get these cheaper is, again, check thrift stores and pawn shops. You should be able to find one of these. They are all over. Okay, so again, what makes this great? Well, it shoots both 357 Magnum and 38 Special, gives you a lot of flexibility. They are fast handling, lightweight, and they are very, very reliable. Perfect for hunting, perfect for self-defense, and best of all, staying under the radar. If you're looking to gray man it,
Invisible.
this really is, you cannot look at a better option than this. Lever actions, this is going to look like Grandpa's rifle. No one's going to be scared. They're not going to worry about it, where the AR-15 or one of these other options, people might get a little flighty, but something like this really isn't going to worry people too much. The other thing is, if you have a 357 Magnum revolver or a 38 caliber revolver, this pairs up perfectly with something like that, and you can set up a 1 caliber survival setup. So, if you could only get a few things, I would say maybe a shotgun, one of these, and a 357 pistol. You could really limit yourself to just 1 caliber of pistol rifle ammo and then shotgun shells, you'd be golden. You'd really be good. So don't count these old rifles out. And again, you should be able to find these in pawn shops and thrift stores just about anywhere. All right, so there you have it, folks. That is 5+1 of the best budget-friendly survival firearms under 400 quatlus. From shotguns to carbines, rifles, and handguns, this pretty much covers just about every base. So, which one would you pick for your survival setup? Maybe one, maybe more than one. Drop your thoughts down below. Let us know what you think. Make sure, as always, to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell notification on the way out so you don't miss any of our content. Until next time, folks, stay sharp, stay ready, and keep watching, because when the apocalypse comes, I'm on your side.